What needs fixing, Wendy?
Well, it's a bit repetitive, but I do have arthritis.
Yes?
I have it in my lower back the longest, I think.
Yes.
And that's been, but it was never crippling or anything. But then slowly I got it in my hands.
Right.
And yeah, the last few years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can fix that.
Mm.
Yay. Right, so I'm going to work on the head first. All right, that's
Yeah.
because your thoughts trigger emotions, and the emotions create the environment that your other cells are experiencing. And we want a nice, relaxed environment. How would it be if you were relaxed all the time, eh?
That would be great.
It would, wouldn't it? I reckon that's one of the reasons that the cannabis oil is working for so many people. I don't sell the cannabis oil because it's illegal, isn't it? But I reckon that's why it's working, because, you know, you're not stressed, are you? So that might be why it's working, yeah?
Yep.
Now, usually when people do get cancer, one of the things that happens is that they have to give up their job, don't they? They remove themselves from that environment that was causing the stress. And so sometimes the situation self-rights itself because they're not in that work environment anymore that was stressful. Other times they make themselves work, they hang on in there. You see, sometimes the best thing you can do is, okay, got to get away from that environment. All right. Now, this is quite weird in your head at the moment, so just bear with me. Now, your brain is in two halves. Everybody's brain is in two halves, a left half and a right half. And there's synapses, electric messages go across these two halves. Now, the cause for Wendy is judgment. From a very, very young age, you've been taught to judge old, young, black, white, fat, thin, happy, sad. You've been taught to judge everything and mentally label it. Oh, I like that. Oh, I don't like that. That feels good for me. That doesn't feel good for me. And whenever we judge something as bad or not good for us, usually resistance will be present in our body. Yeah, and arthritis, we could say, is almost a resistance. Cells that are saying, I don't want this, I don't want this. Okay, God bless. Now, Wendy, what can you feel happening? What does it feel like for you? Any warmth, any tingling?
Yeah, very warm, my head going down.
Yeah, lovely. Cool. So what they're doing is they're running energy down her spine and then back up again. You need a healthy spine. If you haven't got a healthy spine with energy flowing through it, then the right energy isn't going to go to all your internal organs. Now, back in the slave days, if you wanted to know if you were buying a good slave, you would look in their mouth. A tooth missing would mean infection or disease on a meridian. Each of your teeth are connected with different meridians. So these teeth here, these pointy ones, do you remember what they're called? Eye teeth. Guess what meridian they're on? Vision. Decay in an eye tooth could mean there's a problem with your vision. Yeah? I came across this because I had a chap came in to my practice when I was in New Plymouth, and he got a bad back, he got really bad sciatica. And my guide said he's had dental work and it's this back tooth here. And I said, have you had some dental work on that tooth? He says, you're freaking me out, he said, you're freaking me out. I said, why am I freaking you out? He said, well, I was in the dentist's chair when my back went. I told the dentist it was him working on that tooth that had done it, but he didn't want a bar of it. Of course he didn't, because he was scared you'd sue him. But it was that tooth, he'd had a root canal. Yeah? Back in the 1940s, there's a guy called Dr. Weston Price. Dr. Weston Price was the head of the American Dental Association, and he discovered a link between infected root canal teeth and all kinds of manner of diseases in our bodies. So if he found a particular tooth was infected, he'd follow it down and, oh, that's on the liver. And sure enough, there was liver cancer. Yeah, your teeth are connected to the meridians. And what he'd do, he'd take a bit of infected liver meridian tooth, stick it under the skin of a rabbit, and the rabbit would develop liver disease. Yeah, brilliant tests. He did brilliant science over lots and lots of people. And what he realised was that when we have a root canal, if there is any bacteria down there, That then becomes the most toxic substance known to man. It goes anaerobic. It can survive without oxygen. And it's got nowhere to go because you've got a root canal. It can only go down the meridian to internal organs. So if ever you get anything seriously wrong with any of your internal organs, get yourself Dr. Weston Price's chart, look at the teeth, check your teeth quality with the heart, lungs, liver that are affected. Because what if you just remove the tooth, the pus and everything else can come out, and then the organ can heal itself. Now that was known in 1940s. We're still doing root canals. Yeah? And I will say I've had extractions and I've got root canals. I do both, depending on the situation. But I make sure that I see a really top dentist, and I make sure that they've got all the bacteria out, because I don't want the bacteria travelling down that meridian. Now it's a real shame that these surgeons can't fix teeth. It'd save us all a fortune, wouldn't it, eh? Yeah. Sometimes on Facebook somebody will troll me and say I charge too much. $40 a ticket's not a lot. Think about what a dentist charges you. Go troll a dentist. No, I'm only joking. I like dentists. I like my dentist. I've got a good one. Right, I need you to shuffle around on the chair, if you will, Wendy.
Okay.
I want to get to the back of your spine. Or the other option is you just stand for me for a minute, like that.
Okay.
You just stand for a minute. That's it.
Like this?
Yeah, lovely. That's it. I'm just going to angle you slightly. That's it. So your body is listening to your mind 24/7, and your body's responding. If you're telling it it's relaxed and it's on holiday, guess what? You can close your eyes now and imagine you're on holiday, and your body will start believing it. You'll relax. If you're having trouble going to sleep at night, imagine you're on holiday sunbathing. Don't try and get to sleep, because you'll not manage it. Just imagine yourself relaxing somewhere. So the body listens to what's running through your mind. It's all about chemistry. Cool. All right, God bless. Now you've made a rod for your own back in terms of you're needing to do something like a yoga, I would suggest.
Yeah.
Nice gentle yoga, because you're needing to get back movement. And yoga's the best one I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and so what's happened over time is you've just kept yourself busy, ignoring your aches and your pains, haven't you? Yeah. And really what we've got to do is pay attention to the aches and the pains, get rid of them so they don't get into something worse.
Okay.
And so yoga for you, yoga for you. Walk around, just see how your back's feeling.
Yeah, it's looser than it was.
Awesome, awesome. Right, let's work on your hands. Now, very good for arthritis is celery juice. Celery juice. So, yeah, very good.
Before the
Yes, rest it down. That's it. Right, rest it down. So basically, if you've got a garden, grow celery. If you haven't, you can get celery from the supermarket. It doesn't have to be organic. If you can get organic, get it. But if you can't, don't worry. The reason for that is this. Celery usually is the most toxic of all vegetables because it sucks toxins up. But it sucks them up into its fibre. And when you juice, rather than blend, when you juice, you'll leave all the fibre with all the toxins behind. So you can actually have celery juice that's not organic, and you'll be fine. And it tastes like a potassium broth. And so I would say a month on celery juice for you, you won't know yourself, girl.
Okay, try that.
Yep. Just try moving those fingers, see how they're feeling.
Yeah.
Bit for you?
Yes.
Yeah, that's painful.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I'm coming round to that one.
Okay.
That's it. So again, this is just toxins pushed into our extremities. That's it. Rest it down. That's it. Cool. This is a smart system, you know, and if there's toxins, if we're being exposed to toxins, it's going to push it away. talking earlier tonight about Wi-Fi, your cell phones. I suggest look at your modem, switch it onto Ethernet rather than Wi-Fi. Should be a switch, obvious if there's not, get in touch with your internet provider. And hardwire, go back to Ethernet cables, the copper wire cables, yeah? Go back to that. And turn the modem off at night. Yeah, we've really got to look after this environmental pollution. Most days now I'm getting people messaging me to say, look, this is on the street lamp outside my house. They are putting the 5G apparatus in now. So we do need to become very aware. We do need to find out about it. We do need to sign petitions. There's a petition going in with over 10,000 signatures. That's just the beginning. We have to stop the 5G. They'll tell us it's on the pretext of getting faster movies. We don't need faster movies. Not at the risk of what this is doing to us. Yeah, God bless. Everybody can learn to heal. Now they're telling me that you're a giver, Wendy. You're a giver. You give and you give and you give and you give. Yeah. Now giving's good, especially when you're surrounded by other givers. But if you cross paths with a taker, you have to learn to set boundaries. You can be the goodest, kindest person in the world, but not able to set boundaries. We have to learn to set boundaries. When you're very giving, you've got to learn to set boundaries. It's not about making that person wrong, it's about looking after you. And so, you're good looking after everybody else, you're not so good looking after you. Yeah? And so that's what you've got to learn, is to look after you better. That's what this is, handling life again. Give that a go. Isn't that good?
Yes, very good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So simple. Yeah.
Yes.
You're welcome.